And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Garage Gameday Sports. I am your host, as always, Louis Longoria. The Houston Astros are headed to the World Series. The Houston Astros finished off the Boston Red Sox in 6 games last night with a 5-0 victory to advance to the Fall Classic. I want to talk about that today. What a performance from the Houston Astros pitching staff. From games 4 through 6, these boys came ready to play. You know, Greinke had a rough outing in Game 4. Christian Javier came in, settled everything down in Game 4. We had Framber pitch that gem in Game 5, went 8 innings. Stanek closed the door. And then last night, Luis Garcia pitching a magnificent 5+ innings. You went Phil Maton, Ryan Stanek, Kendall Graveman, Ryan Presley for the win. These bats are not really even hitting their stride yet, and are just catching fire at critical times. Those 2-out base hits, those 2-out home runs, those 2-out extra base hits, just coming to haunt teams in their dreams. You know, Yordan Alvarez, ALCS MVP, home run, 6 RBIs in this series. Kyle Tucker definitely had his moments, a 3-run bomb to really put the game out of reach. And we really didn't even hit our full potential, I think, when it came to scoring your runs. You know, we had our flashes, but the pitchers really shut things down. This Red Sox team looked dangerous as hell the first few games, you know, and of course you had the grand slams in the first and second innings of game 2, and then the grand slam in game 3. You know, and it was going to be hard to sustain that for the Red Sox. So you were never going to expect, you know, to get that, of course, every time. But for the Astros, you just needed some stability to get you through the first few innings. You know, you had Garcia got roughed up his first time around. Framber Valdez roughed up, Urquidy, Greinke, you know. So you just needed some stability and some quiet, non-crooked numbers in the first couple of innings to really just settle the team down, settle the game down, and just kind of get your wits about yourself. And the Astros were able to do that, only surrendering 3 runs in the last 3 games. They really shut those bats down. You know, and Kike, for the Red Sox, you know, had a monster series against the Rays and a big first couple of games, you know, and he was far from the only one who exploded. But our pitching just really limited their bats. The command, the control, you know, the work that Brent Strom did with Luis Garcia last night, you know, shifting his feet on the mound and to his placement and to where it wasn't affecting his knee the way it did in game 2. That made a world of difference last night. The Astros were just able to overcome all this and put the Red Sox away, you know, and they're getting some much needed rest. Braves and Dodgers game 6 going on tonight as we speak. Actually, I believe it's no score early in the game. Braves trying to close out the Dodgers at home. If not, they go to a winner-take-all game 7 tomorrow, with the World Series starting with game 1 on Tuesday. So the Astros definitely getting some rest, you know, letting everybody get fully healthy. We don't know the status of Lance McCullers. I'm not sure how that forearm's going to do. You know, I had real concerns with this series. You know, I originally had the Astros in 6 games with McCullers, and I changed it to the Astros in 7 without McCullers. And the way Garcia and Valdez pitched, Christian Javier, like you're kind of your long reliever because he came in for a couple of innings, and then he came in and pitched 3 innings one of the other games. You know, really calmed down the bullpen. They were able to hold their own. You know, Kendall Graveman got in a bit of a jam yesterday, but got a key strikeout, and then Maldonado threw out someone stealing second. So they're just showing signs of improvement all around. The offense, you know, like I said, can get better, but the pitching was the real concern. You know, with the bats of the Red Sox, can you catch up? And especially those nightmare 2 games that we dropped. You know, the first one in Houston, the second one in Houston, and the first one in Boston. And the Astros really came back, took the last 2 in Boston, and then finished them off in Houston. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Astros. You know, Yordan Alvarez is becoming a monster. He's becoming a household name. He's slowly, you know, it's going to take more performances like this, but he's slowly starting to creep up to that level of Correa, Altuve, Bregman. You've got Alvarez climbing up, Kyle Tucker climbing up. If we happen to see Lance McCullers again in the World Series, you know, he could definitely do that. You got Christian Javier, who's really been impressing out of the bullpen. You've got just guys contributing at all sides. Yuli Gurriel, of course, you got the AL batting champ, batting seventh. That's just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to your bats. On offense, how many teams are going to have the reigning AL batting champ bat in the bottom three of your order? So it just goes to show, top to bottom, how dangerous the Astros can be when it comes to your bats coming alive, and the pitching's coming together at the right time, and with this extra time off, it's allowing Houston to settle their rotation. Depending if McCullers is good to go, McCullers obviously game one starter. If it's not, Garcia just pitched Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, game one would be Tuesday. That'd be on 3 days rest, so Garcia wouldn't start game one. He might be your game two on short rest, or maybe even game three, depending what they want to do. But McCullers definitely gives them more options. And you've also got Jake Odorizzi, who took the place of McCullers on the ALCS roster once McCullers was for sure out and went down. We replaced him with Jake Odorizzi. So his timing was thrown off, of course, by that wild game 2 that he had to come in. He was scheduled to pitch game 4, then had to come in, basically half of his warm-up time, and he gave up a second grand slam after Garcia gave up the first one. So I think Odorizzi will be fine, and we saw Garcia fine. Valdez got a game under his belt. Urquidy got a game under his belt, and yeah, he got roughed up and knocked around a bit, but we've seen him pitch a World Series game before and pitch damn good. And he had to get this game under his belt. The game he was scheduled to pitch against the White Sox was postponed due to rain, so that game got scratched for him. So that was just his first game in the postseason under his belt. So I can see him bouncing back and really settling down. So the Astros, I think, are really where they want to be, and I just look forward to whoever it is, whether it's going to be the Dodgers or the Braves. You've got storylines everywhere. If it's the Braves haven't been in the World Series since 99. They haven't won it all since 1995. So they're kind of the MLB's version of the Dallas Cowboys in the sense that it's been about 25 years since they've, really made it all the way. Now they've got the pieces. They've got, a franchise player, Freddie Freeman, and even though they lost Ronald Acuna, they've got plenty of pitching and plenty of hitters. And then the Dodgers, of course, that would go back to the 2017, the scandal-filled season where it was the Astros and the Dodgers. And you had all this smack talk, and all this going back and forth between Carlos Correa and Cody Bellinger. Joe Kelly with the whole, I'm going to bean 2 of the Astros and then give the little face to Correa, who took offense to that too. So there's storylines all over the place, whether it's the Dodgers or the Braves. Personally, I don't like the Dodgers. I would rather see the Astros against the Braves just because I like Freddie Freeman and Charlie Morton's, former Astros pitcher. It'd be nice to see him back in the World Series. It's going to be a heck of a series regardless. And I hope the Braves close out the Dodgers today because in Game 7, winner take all, the momentum's going to be on the Dodgers side. They've been here, done that. They've come back before. So for the Braves' sake, they're really going to want to try and end it in this game at home. They've got Game 7 at home, too, in their back pocket if they need it, but I really think the Braves will try and just put everything they got into this game and try and put it away. You got pitching on both sides. You've got the Dodgers just stacked to the brim with pitchers. You got, and that's because Clayton Kershaw's out, but you got Scherzer, your Walker Buehler. The Braves got to him the last game. Julio Urias, the Braves got to him last game. You've got Brusdar Graterol, who's a heck of a, setup man / closer, and you've got Kenley Jansen, who's finding his form, and Joe Kelly, who, even though I don't like him, can come in and get you some key outs in some key moments. And he actually started their bullpen game the other day. So they've just got a lot of pitching and bats, and so do the Braves. And the Braves are just rolling right now, and we thought, oh, well, they're, in the NL East, and that's kind of the weaker division. Somebody had to win the division, so the Braves are going to come in and just stink it up in the playoffs, and they've proved people wrong. The Braves have been playing really good ball. They're really hot right now, and the Dodgers have the experience. They have a mix of youth and experience, and those bats can just go crazy, and that's because they don't have Max Muncy, and Clayton Kershaw, like I said. So it should be a heck of a series. I'm definitely looking forward to the World Series. I'm rooting for my Astros. I hope they can pull it off. hope we can get McCullers back, and some of these young guys are really pitching in key moments. You know, Tucker, Alvarez, McCormick, Siri got you an RBI, a couple RBIs. Then you got your young pitchers really coming through, like Christian Javier and Garcia and those guys. So it'll be heck of a World Series. I'm just looking forward to a couple days rest for the Astros, hoping to get them right, get them healthy. And looking forward to the World Series starting. But I will be back with another video. The 5-minute free-for-all, I have not forgotten. It's coming your way. Just be patient. So, and it's also my birthday today. I'm sorry. I've gone 10 minutes in this video without mentioning it's my birthday today. So I've been a little busy. Cake, some beer. So, hey, what are you going to do? So I will definitely be back with my 5-minute free-for-all. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Garage Gameday Sports. Follow us on Facebook, Garage Gameday Sports. Or on Facebook, excuse me, and follow us on Twitter at Gameday Garage. My name is Louis Longoria. I'm your host as always. Y'all have a good one. I will try not to drink so much beer. No guarantees. I will see you guys later.